Meet the women from Mayusa's 10th Women's Institute on Leadership and Disability, WILD. 35 women leaders with disabilities from 34 countries will meet in Eugene, Oregon for Mayusa's 10th International Women's Institute on Leadership and Disability, WILD. WILD is a highly selective, intensive 3-week training for women with disabilities to share their experiences and strategies, build leadership skills, and strengthen networks of support. Meet our WILD women.
Hi, I am Norma from Indonesia. I conduct education in village to raise awareness about disability rights and to facilitate the formation of disabled people groups in each village so that they are well organized. Thank you.
Hi, I am Aylin from Cameroon. I started my Break the Silence, be a sickle cell voice campaign with 2 objectives: to demystify sickle cell and to empower those living with it to face their truth courageously. Thank you.
Greetings from the Mountain Kingdom of Lesotho. This is Beautrice from Lesotho. I have created an organization that provides rehabilitation services and psychosocial support to people with spinal cord injuries. Thank you.
I am Pao from Peru. In my organization, we advocate and lobby for better laws and policies for people with psychosocial disabilities.
I'm Nirmala from Nepal. I train to people with disability to develop their knowledge and good skills to become good leaders.
Hello, I am Susana from Costa Rica. I run programs to teach women with disabilities in rural areas about their sexual and reproductive rights.
I am Marta from Ethiopia. I advocate for women with disabilities to have equal access to economic resources so that they can invest in education and employment and health. Thank you.
Hello everyone, Namaste. I am Devanshi from India. I have Down syndrome. I use a WhatsApp group to encourage and motivate people with intellectual disabilities to be self-reliant and contribute to their families and society. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Pahola Guatemala. I'm from Guatemala, and I created the Miss Wheelchair Guatemala program to teach disabled women about human rights and also to encourage them to participate in public policy decisions.
I am Lujain from Iraq. I advocate for accessible education, parliamentary representation and employment for women with disabilities in poor areas. Thank you.
Hello, I am Aarthi from Mauritius. I have initiated a radio program to explain the principles of the United Nations Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities.
Hi everyone, I am Julie Marie Shibekete from Malawi. I advocate for the needs of persons living with spine injuries in the country. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Valentina from El Salvador. We are working with authorities to help them make plans for emergency responses to be inclusive and accessible to people with disabilities, especially women.
Hi, I'm Sharmin from Bangladesh. My responsibilities are to build a disabled-friendly health services in a health program and ensure an inclusive organization.
My name is Constanza Perez. I'm from Colombia and I am a human rights defender. I lead a support network of women with disabilities, teachers, and caretakers. We learn and practice collective care in order to protect ourselves from violence.
Hi, I'm Wang from the Philippines. I advocate for access to justice for deaf women who are victims of violence, including deaf relay interpreter services in the court.
It's Cathy from Botswana, Cathy from Botswana. I'm working against stigma and discrimination by doing public campaigns and also advising people living with disabilities that disability is not inability. Thank you.
I'm Aylin from the Dominican Republic. I'm educating decision makers in public and private institutions on the equitable treatment of people with disabilities, especially women.
I'm Giang from Vietnam. I lead projects to build the leadership skills, knowledge, and confidence of women with disabilities.
I am Mastulah from Uganda. I use an app to teach girls with disabilities in remote areas about sexual reproductive health, menstrual hygiene, and how to make their own reusable pads using locally available and affordable resources.
I'm Mila from Brazil. I coordinate projects dedicated to defending the rights of women with disabilities against discrimination and violence.
I am Esther from Rwanda. I'm conducting an awareness campaign to fight for disabled women to be involved in the government poverty reduction program.
I am Punitha from India. I work passionately to lift up the voices of people with psychosocial disabilities, to fight for our rights, to be employed, to vote, to have families, and to achieve our dreams.
My name is Anna Nkunyenyi. I am from Kenya and I represent an indigenous group of women and girls with disabilities. I advocate with my government to recognize and include the indigenous women and girls with disabilities in their decision-making processes and policies that affect them.
I am Dolgormaa from Mongolia. My organization educates women with disabilities in rural areas about human rights and helps them improve their livelihood.
I am Noella, proudly Mexican and feminist. I promote the empowerment of women with disabilities and their families through education, labor inclusion, and the defense of their rights.
Hi, I'm Noella from Burundi. I train women and girls with disability facing violence to change their mentality and to become autonomous by creating small businesses.
Assalamu alaikum and hi to all. This is Amina Javed from Pakistan. I am working to implement legislative policies and conduct technical and educational trainings for persons with disabilities to empower them politically, socially, economically, and educationally. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Kadiatu from Sierra Leone. I advocate for stronger laws, sign language interpreting training, and media engagement to put a stop to gender-based violence against deaf women. Thank you. Love you.
Join us. To support the Next International Wild program, visit www.miusa.org/donate.